We're back on Fitness Edge Radio, Sports Radio 950 ESPN, now on the FM dial as well at ESPN Rochester 95.7 FM, here each and every Saturday morning on ESPN Rochester to talk health, fitness, and wellness with leaders in the fitness community right here in Rochester, including John Hutchings, John H., owner of the Downtown Fitness Club. Who are we talking with this week on Fitness Edge Radio, John?
Danger, we're talking with Hazal Etiz. She is from Turkey, by way of Turkey, became naturalized U.S. citizen in 2005. But prior to that, you returned to Turkey in 2005 to win the Turkish Body Fit Championships. What was that like to go home and be recognized as a champion? I mean, you left there as a teenage girl, right?
Yes, I did.
So you go back and you step on the stage and there's this muscular woman in I'm guessing a bikini. Is that allowed in Turkey?
I did. Yes, in a bikini. Yes, we had two. We had one. We had to wear black, just plain black suit, and the other one you can wear any color you want with rhinestones.
Oh, so you were blinging it out back in 2005. It's all about the bling.
That's what I say.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, you guys are selling $2,500 posing suits, and it's a big business. But anyway, you go back to Turkey, you win that championship in 2005. What was your family's reaction to that? How did they respond to you showing up looking like you did?
They were very proud of me. My family's very supportive in pretty much whatever I want to do, really. How I found out about the competition was my sister was actually training on her own to become a figure competitor herself.
Okay.
And she had mentioned that she competed last year in Turkey, the Turkish championships. And she goes, maybe you should come and give it a try. I said, oh my goodness, I would love to come and compete in my own country. So,
sure.
So they were ready for me.
Now, is she your older or younger sister?
Younger sister.
So you had to kind of go back and show her that the older sister had a little
That's
better package bringing to the stage, right?
Correct.
A little sibling rivalry there.
Very much so.
Now, did she compete in that same show the second year, or was she gone?
The first year, yes.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go head to head on stage though?
No, we did not.
So now you guys can talk about who was better, and nobody can prove it.
I know I am better.
And does she say the same thing though?
Yes, she does.
Oh, that's
She's
great.
proud of me. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Now in 2006, you kind of parlayed that. You become a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2006, and then the American Dream, your version of it, kind of takes off from there. In 2006, you win a title in Syracuse. 2007, you win the Rochester show, right?
Yeah.
And then in 2008, you step out on the Olympia stage, right?
Yes.
That's the pinnacle in your sport. Tell our Fitness Edge Radio listeners what that experience was like and how that all turned out for you.
Amazing was it? I mean, it was just incredible. Being on a big stage.
Yeah.
You wait. Pretty much, I waited for like 10 years. All my competition.
Did you know that starting out as a teenager? Like you saw that in magazines and you kind of set. You hear a lot of people who achieve great things. They knew the moment they looked at it, they said, that's going to be me someday. Or did it just kind of evolve over time and you go, maybe I can? How did that work for you?
I knew I could. It's just the matter of just getting there was my goal, and I did get there because I really wanted to, be up there, and I can't explain it. It's just
Well, you mentioned Monica Brandt, and
Yes.
she's one of the icons in the sport. Is she there? Does she compete in that show?
No, she wasn't there, but Jenny Lynn was there, which was Miss Olympia at the
Yeah.
time. Which is, it's just, they just inspired me to be better, all the girls, other girls that compete.
So you weren't intimidated by that at all. You were inspired, and you said, I can be as good as these women are.
Exactly.
Now, you competed in the figure category
Yes.
at the Olympia. How did you do? How did you place?
My placements were fair. They were good. I did top 2 in Texas, Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
which qualified me for Olympia that year, 2008.
Gotcha.
Went on from there.
Do you feel like that you were at your best, or do you still have thoughts, if I would have just done this a little better? I mean, I think every competitor, the competitor in us always kind of second guesses after the fact and kind of, reverse engineers it, if you will, and say, if I I would have just dieted this, a week longer, or if I would have trained this way another week or two, or included this methodology, I might have pushed that, a little higher. Do you have those thoughts still?
Yes, of course. I mean, everybody can be better with whatever they try to accomplish. So, but yeah, I do have those thoughts.
But you're obviously proud of what you did, and
Of course,
I
I
mean-
brought out my best. I mean, that's what I had, and I was just proud to be up there and showing off my hard work.
yeah, you threw up a picture on your Facebook page today, a little throwback Thursday, Junior
Yes.
National,
Yes, Junior Nationals.
first ever photo shoot with Barry Brooks.
Yes,
You look good.
thank you.
That's a good job by you.
They were like the skinny days.
Well, life goes through
But-
phases. You transitioned from the competitive stage, then you moved around the front of the stage. You're now a judge in the
Yes.
NPC. Including the last 4 years, you've been the head judge at the Rochester Championships. Tell us a little bit about that transition. How did that come about, and what's your experience been there?
Judging just became natural because being a competitor, I know what it's required to be a judge. I mean, what to look for in an athlete or with their body, and just it became natural because I learned a lot from Jim Raquel too. So
Yeah, we gotta give a shout out to Jim. He's been instrumental in helping you along the way.
very much.
So yeah, kudos to him. But you've been at the pinnacle there as a competitor, now as a judge. How is it, do you have competitors come up to you as a judge and say, why didn't I do better?
Yes.
Or are they more, I imagine you get all range of emotions. Because they've trained so hard, they put so much into it, they're disappointed. That manifests itself sometimes in anger, sometimes sadness. How do you deal with that, and how do you give feedback to somebody who obviously have put their all into it and just didn't bring it to the stage that day?
I mean, I really understand what they're going through and their emotions because I competed many years and I see where they're coming from. So I try to just look at what they're, what kind of body they brought to the stage or their presentation, and I try to help them out explaining what they need to work on next.
Sure.
And,
Now, do you feel your, I don't know if I'm saying this right, being Turkish, your ethnicity, do you feel like that helps you? I think a lot of us here in this country, we accept from Europeans, Asian people, a little more bluntness. Do you feel like you can deliver news a little more directly because of who you are, and people will accept that? Do you feel that helps?
Yes, it really does. I mean, I don't sugarcoat things, I'll just tell them the way it is and keep working hard, training hard, and it will pay off. Just
Yeah.
keep coming back.
Okay, well, I've used up a lot of our time. I just want to, a couple more quick questions, and then I'll let Danger take us out. What does the future, and before I get to this, actually, we'll reset this.
Let me reset, and then
Go ahead.
we have a little bit more time.
Oh, do we? Okay, I wasn't sure what
I'm
the
just trying to
time,
reset. No, yeah, I'll do this.
Okay.
If it's a time thing, you'll see me go to the watch.
we messed up our signals.
That's fine.
I screwed up there. Because I want to ask, we want to get into your medical.
Absolutely. Hazal Etiz, local bodybuilder and personal trainer, is our guest on Fitness Edge Radio, ESPN Rochester, with me, Mike Danger, and John H. from the Downtown Fitness Club.
Now, in 2012, you're cruising along. You're a judge. You're a head judge, NPC, IFBB. You start having some problems with headaches, right? So you go in and have surgery for a deviated septum, which the doctors feel like maybe this will alleviate some of the headaches. But it was more than that. As a child, you fell off a balcony and landed right on your face.
Yes.
And my bio tells me here that's got to be pretty traumatic.
It was. I remember it like it's yesterday, so.
You see, well, thanks to YouTube these days, you see videos like this and you don't really think of it because it's almost, they're presented comically when you see people fall and take spills and stuff like that, but it was a pretty traumatic injury, and it turns out that from that, you had what was I have in my bio here, a colloidal tumor. Take us through that. How do you find that out, and how does that kind of play out?
Well, after my deviated septum surgery, I was experiencing a lot of eye pressure, headaches. Well, headaches has always been there, but just this eye pressure, I couldn't stand it anymore. So I complained to my doctor, and she said, well, let's go and have a CAT scan and see what's going on, if there's any kind of infection or any problems, let's see. Couple days later, she called me back and she said, well, there's no infection, nothing wrong with your sinuses, but there's this thing right in the middle of your brain. It doesn't look like anything. I wouldn't worry. I was thinking to myself, what do you mean? It's in my head. So.
Yeah, to them they're like, no big deal, and you're like, I got this thing in the middle of my head. Come on, give me a little more information.
Right. So she really couldn't. She just tried to make me feel good and just saying that, you know, it will be okay. I wouldn't worry about it. But I called Jim because he's really my best friend all along. So he said, well, don't worry about it. Let's go and just find somebody else, some other surgeons, see what they can do, maybe get an MRI and see what this is all about.
So you go through a series of doctors. It looks like you traveled, I don't want to say around the country, but you went several places, Pittsburgh, LA, Chicago, New York. That's pretty much around the country.
Yeah, actually we send out CDs with my brain image.
Oh, so you contact the doctors and send them your image?
Yes,
of
there
your
are a
brain.
lot of good people that help me out in bodybuilding as well, that they try to help me with my health. They recommended a few great surgeons out of state.
Right.
So we decided